Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reading a Neuvillette listener by me. So let's get into it. He stared at himself in the mirror, feeling more horrified with each passing second. This has never happened to him before. Despite him having some draconic features, he never truly imagined that he would really have to deal with this, to see this. Feeling his draconic form take more control over his human body, it was not something that he took a liking to. It was easier when people could not guess who he was and what his origins were. He knew, of course, but even then, he wondered ever so slightly what you would think of his own appearance, whether he would frighten you or not, and he hoped desperately that he would not happen to frighten you. He does not want to scare you in any way. He doesn't want to intimidate you. But the horns on his head, the claws on his fingers, the scales on his arms, and the way he just looked so different, with those fangs and who knows what else will happen. He just does not think that you will find this form very pleasing. He hopes you will not see it, and hopes that he will return back to normal. But he doesn't even know how he would, or if it would just happen naturally, the same way he was turning more dragon-like. He sincerely hoped that would be the case. But meanwhile, he knew one thing for certain, and it was the fact that he wanted to avoid you. He didn't want to be near you, not because of you or anything like that. You were not the issue at all. The issue was that he did not want you seeing him, and see him like this. What if you were terrified? What if you didn't want to see him again? So many questions and so many fears that he could not counter. And he knew that waiting it out will be the best option. Except, 3 days later, it seemed that the draconic features were just a little bit more noticeable, if anything. And now he was filled with regret and worry, and he had no idea how to show himself to you. But it seemed like he wouldn't have to do that step by himself because you decided to visit him unannounced. And that's how he was just staring at you, wondering where he went wrong in his life and why he was being punished in such a manner. He was sure he didn't do something so awful to deserve all of this. But now, for you to see him in his dragon form, well, part dragon anyway, it just genuinely felt slightly cursed. Why why did you come at such a time? I don't understand the reason for your visit. Well, you've been avoiding me. That's why I came. But that's not what matters now. What's wrong with you, Neuvillette? You look very strange to me. I'm not seeing things, am I? No, unfortunately, that's not the case. If that were the case here, then I would not be hiding away from you. But alas, there is no more reason to hide. You're right here after all. Oh, Neuvillette, please tell me, why are you hiding yourself? You've done nothing wrong. And surely he didn't mean to turn, so that's not your fault at all. Please, what's going on? He just shrugged, which was quite funny to see, as he was certainly mimicking someone, and it was adorable, and you would be laughing had it not been for the current situation that you're in. I don't know. It seems like something triggered that transformation, and it seems to be only getting worse with each passing day. I thought it would soon pass, and I would return to normal. But, so far, for the past few days, it seems I've been stuck in this form. Thankfully, I've been able to delay any trials, but I will not be able to delay them any longer, and I must face the people, and I have no idea what to do about it. Well, there's not much to be done about it. I think you could just tell them that, um, It's just something that you willed to happen. Maybe a show of power. They do not know that you're a dragon sovereign. So you could just tell them that you gained a lot of power recently, and that's why you've changed. He considers your words, smiling, and nods. His heart feels nothing but fondness for you, the way you were able to come up with such a way to fix things so quickly. And it was not really a lie, as he was not truly fond of lying. So it was a way to be truthful and still leave that secret for him and his close ones. Thank you. I appreciate it. But there was something even more that I was worried about. He says after some hesitation, fidgeting in an anxious manner that you've never seen on him before. It was almost worrying. That's why you held his hand. What is it, Neuvillette? Tell me. You're not disgusted by this form? It must be very strange for you, and I'm not sure if there will be any more changes. But are you accepting of it? I'm worried you may come to dislike it. I will do my best to return back to normal, but so far, I've not been able to find a way. And you look at him, feeling a little bit sad that he was just thinking of this. You would never, ever want to leave him no matter how he looked like. He could be a bishop for all you knew, and you would still love him all the same. You just sigh, shaking your head, wrapping your arms around him, and kissing his cheek gently. No, Neuvillette, you look wonderful. Beautiful even, and I really like your horns. You say with a soft laugh, and he blushes, but he doesn't seem to mind. Instead, he leans his head down a little bit, letting you touch them, and he shivers, but eventually melts into your touch, his arms wrapping around you, pulling you ever closer to his chest. And before you knew it, you were surrounded by him as he purred, getting close to you and refusing to let go of you. He's missed you for a couple of days and been so anxious about how you would react, and for you to still love him just the same and to find something to love about him and all of this, to take a liking to all those new features that were presenting themselves. It was the best surprise he's gotten in a while, and one that he just wanted to savor for the time being.